On episode 16, yes, 16, believe it, 16, sweet 16, of Luke Who's Talking, I'm going to talk about losing a flag, a one-armed man, and nappy tossing. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Luke Who's Talking podcast with me, Luke. How you doing out there? How are you going? I hope you're doing well. Now, let's get into the first story. So, the other day, it was actually Saturday. So it was yesterday. I'm recording this on Sunday for you to listen to it on Friday. How contrived is that? Anyway, so on Saturday last week, the 19th of January, I was at work and, doing what I had to do. And I noticed that we had some flags set up. They're called a teardrop. Those ones, they're like they're a teardrop flag. Anyway, we had some of them set up. And I noticed near the end of our shift, the flag was, what had happened was it must have come untied from the bottom of the pole, and it had slowly risen up the pole, and it was just sort of dangling on the end of the pole. So I thought, oh, well, we're nearly done. I will go out and I'll take it down. I'll take that flag down, so then it'll be okay. It'll be fine. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. So I went up and I got some scissors and I said to my boss, I said, oh, there's a flag outside. This has happened. I'm going to go and take it down. She goes, fine, okay. Makes sense. Go for it. So I go outside and I noticed the flag isn't where it was. And I thought, oh, I must have blown off the end. Anyway, so I walked up to where the flag was and the flag had blown off the end. So there was just the pole cable tied to a street sign or whatever we put it up against. So I cut that down, packed that up, and I just sort of sat it. Well, my car was parked pretty near, so I just went and sort of slid them under my car. So I thought I better go and see where this flag's gone. And it had 100% vanished. Gone. This flag, I have no idea where it's gone, where it went. I went and looked over into the nearing buildings. I walked up the street. Walked up the street and around. I couldn't find it. The flag had vanished. It's gone, blown away somewhere. I don't know where. So in the space of me noticing the flag was looking dodgy and going to take it down was maybe, I would say, 2 to 3 minutes. Like, it wasn't a long time. And the flag, gone. Vanished, disappeared. I have no idea where it has gone. It's vanished. We still have the polls for it, though. It'll be interesting to see. I have to go to the office tomorrow, which is Monday, because I'm recording this on Sunday. So it'll be interesting to see how the big boss, feels about that. But, the flag's gone, and we still have the polls. That's great. But, the flag, it's disappeared. And it's disappeared. And I don't know, I thought, oh, maybe somebody in the shop nearby picked it up. No, they hadn't, they didn't, so the flag's gone, disappeared. Maybe it blew off, somebody picked it up, took it home. I have no idea, or might have got caught on somebody's car. But disappeared, gone. Finito? I don't know, it's vanished. It's done a, what's his name? Houdini, that's it, it's gone, gone. So, interesting stuff. God, that was a lame story. Let's be honest. Are you amazed when you see something unusual or something a little bit different? Now, actually, this back on the flag story. When I was at work that particular day, I saw a gentleman. I assume he was deaf, and he was doing signals. And I'll be honest, I was quite impressed. I thought, that guy's doing a great job. But I saw something a little while ago, and I was very much impressed with it. Now, a gentleman, I saw him pushing a pram. I wasn't amazed by the fact that a guy was pushing a pram, okay? However, the guy who was pushing the pram only had one arm. He only had one arm. And I thought to myself, I've tried pushing things with one arm. It doesn't work. Because if you say you're pushing something with your right arm, what if you're pushing always wants to veer off to the right or whatever. But this guy was doing it with ease. He was doing it with ease. He was doing it at ease. He was doing it easily. So I don't know his situation. I don't know why he has one arm. Maybe he is a war veteran. I couldn't say. Maybe he was in an accident and had to have his arm removed. But yeah, I was. It just seems ridiculous to say, "Oh, I saw a guy with one arm. He was pushing a pram. He was doing," and I was impressed by that. But because I just thought to myself, I've tried to do that, and it hasn't worked. So this guy, he is just what a guy, what a champ, what a legend, what a guy. Because yeah, he pushes a pram with one arm, but he has one arm, so he has to do everything with one arm. If you try to do up a belt, it's typically a two-hand job. He, I assume, does it with one arm. Well, he has to do it with one arm, but it's just these things here. I've got a bottle of beer just here, and to take the lid off, for me, it's a two-hand job. But this guy probably does it one arm. Yeah. I saw a guy who had one arm and he was pushing a pram and he was pushing it at ease. He was doing it so easily and so just magnificently. And I just saw him and I thought, that's great. That is beautiful. Marvelous. This guy, he has a family. He's not letting the fact that he only has one arm. He has a physical handicap, disabilities might be a strong word, but he's not letting that get in his way because he's here living his life, pushing his child in with one bloody arm. Just think great stuff. Oh, I'm totally lost, but yeah, I thought he was doing a great job, and I couldn't imagine actually what it'd be like to have one less limb at all. It'd be tough, but this fellow has adapted well to it. Good on him. Seriously, great job. Now, in episode 13, Thanks Jeff, aptly titled, I talked about the neighbour's kid or whatever throwing or there being a scooter and other various things over the fence. So this is a bit of an update / escalation of that. So the other day I went out into the yard and there was something on the lawn and I thought, oh, what's that? So I went up, looked like it was a white ball, right? I thought, it's like a cloth or something. Anyway, I went up, looked at it. When I got closer, I realised what it was and I gave it a little bit of a tap with my foot, which confirmed my suspicions. And it was a diaper. It was a nappy. Okay? So a nappy had been tossed over the fence. Needless to say, I wasn't overly thrilled by that. So what I then did, I went inside and I said to my mother, I said, there's been a nappy thrown over the fence. There's been a diaper thrown over. And she's like, you're joking. I said, no, there's been a nappy, a diaper, a nappy thrown over the fence. So my brother, who was visiting, he doesn't live at a house. So we filled him in and said, there's been various things that the neighbours' children have been throwing over the fence. And he's like, oh, okay. So what he did was, my brother, he went and got a shopping bag. He went outside, put said diaper into the shopping bag, and then he went and put the shopping bag with the diaper in it. Now, I don't know if it was a shitty diaper or not, but the diaper, it's a nappy. He's like, throw it back. He said to me, actually, throw it back over, so I don't want to touch it. Anywho, so he went, put the nappy in the bag, and he went and put it on the neighbour's doorstep. Yeah. So it hasn't ended up back over the fence. I don't know what the discovery of it was. I don't know what went down in regards to that. But, so there was a nappy over the fence, and that's not cool. You can handle a ball. A ball's fine. I understand you kick a ball, comes off the wrong angle of your foot or whatever, ends up over the fence. Hey, you can deal with it. Or you're playing cricket or something, you hit the ball over the fence. that's fine. But when you throw things over, like deliberately, like a nappy, that can't accidentally end up over a fence. And it wasn't just over the fence, it was over the fence and probably 3 or so meters from the fence. So it was given a bit of a hoik over. It wasn't an accident. Oh, no, but nappy's gone over the fence. It was a deliberate act, folks. It was a deliberate act. So, yeah, that's a bit of an update on the things being thrown over the fence. I wonder what we're going to find next. Is there going to be like a horse's head over the? That's a bit much, isn't it? The Godfather was on a couple of weeks ago, so I watched it. And, horse's head in his bed. Going to make him an offer he can't refuse. Maybe I could make the Well, actually, speaking of offers, my mother did say to the kid next door, if anything else is thrown over the fence, it's going straight to the bin. So maybe he was too lazy to put it in his own bin. He thought, I'll toss this nappy over, because that lady said she's going to put it in the bin. Hey, but you got it back, didn't you? Plan backfired. Boom. Well, everybody, that is it for this episode of the podcast. Don't forget you can email me, luke.who'stalkingpod@gmail.com. We're on the Facebooks and on Twitter, L_who's_talking, @L_who's talking. I'm pretty sure is that my Twitter handle? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, yeah. I was just having a bit of a meltdown. Now, this may be the last ever episode of the podcast. And let me tell you why. Because this coming week, I'm going to go camping. And, I can't rule out the fact of dying. So if that happens, this is the last episode ever of the podcast. However, if that doesn't happen, hopefully I have some jocular... Yeah, that's a great word, isn't it? Hopefully I have some jocular stories for... Hopefully I have some jocular stories for you in the next week. And Valentine's Day also is coming up, and I may have a little bit of a Valentine's story. I may not. I don't know. Maybe I could talk. Maybe I could have like a Valentine's Day special, and I could talk about my love curse. What do you reckon about that? I don't know. Anyway, that's it. That's it for this ep of the podcast, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.